What's up, everybody? Ben Reza here for Odd Chopper. I am back. NFL rolls on, and that means for some of you, Survivor is still pertinent. You may be alive in your original pool, which would be outrageous. More likely, you're alive in a secondary pool, a third chance pool, something like that, and there's still a lot of money up for grabs. So we're here to put some Survivor plays on the board. I'm going to break down three of them, talk about them, and see where we could go this week. I want to welcome you to the channel, though. All things betting from NFL to NBA, college football. If you like what you see and you enjoy betting sports, stay, subscribe, be part of it. If you want to support us, hit the like button. It's the easiest way to do it. It goes a long way. Obviously, it's free. Just helps us out a bunch. Let's get to the picks. Let's get to the board. So we're still in the thick of it. Obviously, there were London games. There's all this stuff. We're keeping it very simple this week. There are actually a handful of massive favorites. So when you look at some of these spots, I do think that you have various options kind of just scrolling through the board. And let's get it started right now with the obvious one, the extreme Detroit Lions at minus 600. You don't really see that in the NFL much. You're talking a double-digit favorite right here for Detroit. And I'm going to keep this very simple. This is the obvious choice. If you have them available and you want to move on to week 9, the Lions at home losing to Tennessee would be up there, if not the biggest upset of the entire season. Tennessee has nothing going on. They're playing quarterback roulette. They just shipped off Hopkins. Ridley has not really worked. Pollard's doing what he can, but come on now. I mean, this is just not a fair fight. You've got a Detroit team that, yes, they lost Hutchinson. We know that. We saw that. That'll have repercussions, in the playoffs, maybe. It's not going to have repercussions here. Same thing with Jamison Williams, who's suspended for a couple games. So many weapons. St. Brown is there. Sonic and Knuckles, as they're calling themselves, more likely Gibbs and Montgomery, as we know them. They are there. Goff is there. The defense will do enough. This should not be even close. You can debate, I think, for a long time whether you'd lay or take the points. We're talking about Survivor right now. You don't care about that. You care about winning the game. Lions are going to win the game. I think we all see that, barring something really miraculous. You want a safe Survivor pick. I think we all recognize that Detroit would be the way to go this week. So let's just get that out of the way and go with the Detroit Lions. Now, we got to dig in a little further because, again, anyone can recognize that with a simple odd screen. But before we got two more for you here. I do want to mention this is obviously just an odd screen, but if you've been thinking about it, maybe you've already thought about checking out some of the content that I've got behind the paywall, what we have at Odd Shopper here. When you scroll up, you've got Portfolio Review, which are our tools, and Tails, which are all our content, people's picks, Discords, communities, things like that. But listen up, this is absolutely worth your time. You have the opportunity to get it for free for months, plural. All you do is go to the link in the description of this video. It's going to say get Tails for free. What you do, you go to this page. This is what you're going to see. And you have all these options, all these offers. You're getting bonus bets on all these. If you don't play, I'm very confident you don't play on all these. Find one that maybe you've been thinking about. You press claim offer. That's all you have to do. You follow the instructions, you get the offer, and then you email us. You follow these instructions, and you're going to get a month of whoever you want community. It could be mine, it could be someone else's. If you do a couple, you could get a couple different communities. It is that simple. It is that easy. So if you've been thinking about it, there it is. Months plus you get the books and the sites and the bonuses. It is really that good of a deal. Really cool stuff. Very, very excited. So take advantage of that. If you have any questions, let us know. Let's get to another play, though. This is important. I'm not going to say this is against the grain. I mean, these are big favorites. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think many people are thinking about using Baltimore in this spot, which if you want to play a game theory situation, that kind of makes them interesting in their own right. Now, why aren't people thinking about Baltimore? Well, step one, if you have Detroit left, they're obviously a better choice. 2, Baltimore's on the road. 3, they're playing a division opponent. That's not easy. Now, let's swing it back the other way. They're playing Cleveland. Cleveland is an absolute disaster. Watson goes down, and I honestly think that you could argue that that might make them more dangerous with Jameis. But still, this is a team that's averaging 15 points per game. They've done absolutely nothing. The defense is pretty solid, but Baltimore's absolutely rolling. The rushing attack with Derrick Henry and Lamar is working out. Lamar's throwing the ball all over the place. Even if it's not Flowers, it's Andrews. If it's not Andrews, it's Bateman. If it's not Bateman, it's Likely. If it's not any of them, Justice Hill. It's just ridiculous. Really strong team. The defense is getting better, and Cleveland is specifically not built to exploit some of the problems in that secondary with Baltimore, some of the big plays. Jameis will take his shots at least. I give him credit there. And that's probably why I view this as a little against the grain. You just don't know what you're going to get with Cleveland. And that's scary. With Survivor, we don't want variance. We want low variance. And that's probably why I think Baltimore is a little freaky. So just keep that in mind if you're willing to go there. If you want to be different, you can absolutely use them. But I'll be honest, to me, given this landscape of this week, you have a safer option in Detroit, and then I'm going to give you my favorite option in just a second. But Baltimore is someone to take notice of. And if you don't have Detroit available and you do want a team that's pushing a big favorite, it is Baltimore despite a road divisional opponent. All right, we've talked about the Lions. We've talked about the Ravens. Let's get to mine. And again, I already just mentioned everything we've got going on. If you have any questions for me at JazzRezBets, and I'll be in my Discord. Would love for you guys to sign up, whether you use the free month opportunity or you just want to sign up. Again, I'm there. Great community of betting. College basketball is coming around, my favorite sport. Don't miss out. Be part of it. Hop on in. Here we go. Taking definitely a risk. So I want to be clear about that relative to the money lines. I'm going with Houston. I think that the Texans are in a really good bounce back spot. I'm probably going to bet them straight up, laying the points. You're looking at a minus 220-ish money line against the Colts, who they already played and beat. It's a divisional matchup, which again is kind of a no-no in Survivor if you can avoid it, but sometimes you can't. Let's talk about these teams. So the Colts, 4-3, 1-2 on the road. The wins have been very sketchy. 5 points, 3 points, 3 points, 6 points. Richardson has been underwhelming at times. They've been perpetually banged up. Pittman was hurt. Taylor's always hurt. 29th in opponent yards per game. I'm just not really sold on Indy, particularly when they're not at home. So this sets the stage, or how good are the Texans? Well, Nico Collins has shown that we knew he was the focal point of the offense, but they have struggled without him. Mixon's been awesome. Stroud's been terrible. He had under 100 yards passing, but it's still C.J. Stroud, who I regard as an absolutely fantastic quarterback. They're 5-2, so it's not all doom and gloom. They're back home after 2 straight road games. They're 3-0 at home. These are all very, very good things for them. They still have weapons, with these pass catchers and Stroud and Mixon, a good defense, back at home, great buy low spot. Typically, when you're talking about buy low spots and things of that nature, you're talking about more against the spread because we don't need to get cute with Survivor. We just need to survive in advance. And you see the Jets on the screen as well. They're another option. But to me, if you're playing the long game, if you're in a second or third chance pool and you know you're going to have to go well past Thanksgiving, this is the type of game I think you could possibly shave off some ownership. And if there's a couple upsets, you could thin out your pool really, really nicely. I like Houston in this game. I really don't see them losing back to back like that. I expect them to play much better. The offense will look better. And I'm not sure that Indy can slow them down. Give me the Texans to get the job done for us to survive and advance. There we have it, friends. 3 up and 3 down. Appreciate you guys once again. Just awesome community. I've been doing this video all year, and I know as it winds down, a lot of people are not as interested in Survivor, but if you are, I hope you've been enjoying it. Hopefully, we can keep it going this week. For me, for the Colts, the Texans, and everyone else that I mentioned, good luck. Enjoy the week, and I'll talk to you soon.